Hey guys, welcome back to Bible Fun with the Duns. Today we're studying 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Let's get started.
Okay, so 2 Corinthians chapter number 5 is a pretty unique chapter in the Bible because it's talking about things using a lot of symbols. It's talking about bodies, it's talking about tents, it's talking about houses, it's talking about a lot of stuff. Now here's what we need to know. We need to know that whenever we start following Jesus, that Jesus makes big changes in our lives, and that our lives ultimately, if we're real followers of Jesus, our life starts to follow Jesus, not because we have to, but because we're driven by love. Now I want to show you, look in verse number 7 of the passage today. It says, "For we walk by faith and not by sight." What that's showing us is that faith, if it's real, it's always going to show up in our footsteps. Now let's get to some good takeaways from my number 1 team over here. Jeb, what did you get from this chapter?
So, your body, when you're living, is like a tent. You live and then you die. Like when a tent is put up and put down. And if you accept Jesus into your heart, you go to heaven, and your body is reborn as like a house. It lives eternally.
That's so true. So in heaven, we get a new body, and it'll be perfect, and it won't have any sin or sickness. It won't be able to cry because there's no tears in heaven. It'll be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And here's the difference. It's not temporary. It is forever, and that's great. Now, John, what was your takeaway?
My takeaway was, so there's this verse in this chapter, and it basically says we put our old life behind us and our new life, like, with us and in front of us. So what that means is we put our sinful, angry, sad lives behind us. We're not them anymore. And we accept Jesus into our heart. And we have a happy, grateful new life.
Orville wants his tummy rubbed right now, and he is very angry for John to be able to do that and to pay attention to him. Orville, just be sweet for a second. Hey, look at a verse real quick. Look at verse number 16. It says, "Therefore, from now on, we regard no one according to the flesh. Even though we have known Christ according to the flesh, yet now we know him thus no longer." So when Jesus was here in the body, people got to see him and experience him and touch him. But now our relationship with him is one based not on sight, but on faith. And what it's saying is, when we start living by faith, and we start living in light of eternity, then we stop measuring our lives and other people's lives based on earthly standards like age or gender or wealth or any other thing. And we start measuring life by what really matters, things in the soul. I like whenever we read in our Advent book today, the quote at the very beginning says, "We should be astonished at the goodness of God, stunned that he should bother to call us by name, our mouths wide open at his love, bewildered that at this very moment we are standing on holy ground." Why are we on holy ground? Because we're walking with him. See, when we live our lives dedicated to the one who gave his life for us, we live our lives differently. The old has gone, the new has come. And why? Because Advent is the story of the eternal one coming to the temporary ones, becoming or taking on a temporary body so that we can be saved and given an eternal life. So this is what we read today. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's keep reading. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right?
Bye.
Bye.